of the year. The Supreme Court upholds its 2025 decision that declared Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment unconstitutional. EDCOM 2 says school calendars are overcrowded with too many events. Anti-mining advocates arrested in a barricade in Dupax del Norte have been released. And federal immigration officers are directed not to interact with agitators in Minnesota. Filipino pole vaulter Obiena nails his first gold of the year after sharing the top spot in the Internationales Springer Meeting Cottbus in Germany. Obiena clears 5.77 meters to land at the top of the podium alongside Men of Loon of the Netherlands. It is just 3 centimeters short of his 2025 best mark of 5.80 meters. To break the tie, Obiena and Loon had a jump off after both exhausted their 3 attempts at 5.84 meters, but the two failed to clear the height, prompting officials to declare 2 winners. Obiena says in his post, quote, "Brick by brick we build." The Supreme Court affirms its ruling that barred the impeachment proceedings against Vice President Sara Duterte last year.
By a unanimous vote of all those participating, the Supreme Court en banc denied with finality the motion for reconsideration filed by the House of Representatives, which sought to reverse the court's July 25, 2025 decision that declared the articles of impeachment against Vice President Sara Z. Duterte unconstitutional.
The SC says the complaints against the Vice President were blocked by the 1-year bar rule on impeachment. This rule, found in the 1987 Constitution, states that impeachment proceedings cannot be initiated against the same official more than once within a period of 1 year. In total, Duterte faced 4 impeachment complaints before the House of Representatives. The first 3 did not materialize, and Duterte was impeached on the 4th, pushed by a resolution signed by more than 2/3 of all House members. The High Court's decision in 2025 said that the inaction on the first 3 complaints already triggered the 1-year bar rule. The academic calendar of public schools in the country is overrun with celebrations and contests taking valuable time away for students to learn. The Second Congressional Committee on Education says that around 150 legislative activities, quote, crowd an already shortened school year.
But if you have 150 plus other celebrations, if it takes 1 day each, wala nang natira sa pag-aaral talaga. We're not saying that it is unimportant because a lot of it, mahalaga talagang malaman ng mga bata. Pero ang sinasabi lang namin, yung appeal namin is, siguro may mga paraan na ipagdiwang ito sa paraan na hindi makakatanggal ng oras para sa pag-aaral ng mga bata.
Based on a Department of Education order issued in 2005, 205 school days should be strictly spent on learning curriculum lessons in the classroom. But EDCOM 2's final report released on Monday, January 26, shows public schools have an average of only about 191 school days. EDCOM 2 calls on DepEd to conduct a system-wide review of celebrations, competitions, and other events using the following criteria: relevance to curriculum standards, evidence of impact, equity of participation, opportunity cost in terms of class days lost. The Commission also urges Congress to adopt stricter standards for creating legislative activities to not further erode learning time. 6 indigenous women and an environmental group leader arrested in Dupax del Norte, Nueva Vizcaya on January 23 have been released. They were among the people who put up the human barricade in protest of Woggle Corporation's mining exploration in Dupax del Norte. They were charged with resistance and disobedience, obstruction of justice, and direct assault. In August 2025, the Mines and Geosciences Bureau of the Environment Department granted Woggle Corporation a permit to explore parts of the province for gold and copper. The project covers about 3,100 hectares. The following month, residents who were opposed to mining put up barricades. Federal immigration officers in Minnesota are directed to avoid engaging with, quote, agitators as they carry out President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. According to an internal guidance reviewed by Reuters, officers are also told to only target immigrants who have criminal charges or convictions. The operational shift comes after Trump said this week that he aimed to de-escalate tension in Minneapolis and St. Paul following the fatal shooting of 2 U.S. citizens in Minneapolis by federal immigration officers. In both cases, Trump officials portrayed the deceased as aggressors, but video evidence discredited the claims. And that's today's wrap. I'm Julian Cirineo. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the Rappler app.